We often use the phrase early literacy, but not everybody knows exactly what that means. The most important thing to realize is that early literacy does not mean early reading. In fact, children are not developmentally ready to read until they're 5 or 6 or 7 years old, when other skills have developed. Early literacy refers to the set of skills that lay the groundwork for later reading and writing. And these are all developed by the things that we traditionally work on with young children, such as finger plays, songs, and large motor skills through play. These are the components of communication that will lay the groundwork for later spoken, signed, written, and read communication. The most important thing in developing early literacy skills in your child is an exposure to a wide variety of positive experiences with language and books. Signing with your child enhances early literacy skills in a number of ways. First off, it encourages communication and engagement with your child. And when you start that communication cycle, they'll be into it and they will be learning more even as they are communicating with you and you are communicating with them. Signing supports different learning styles. Instead of just hearing the words, they're now seeing them and eventually feeling them as they sign it too. If you teach your child the manual alphabet, that will help them learn the letters of the alphabet, which is an important reading prerequisite, and it will help them use the letters long before they're able to have the fine motor skills to actually write them. American Sign Language signs are not all iconic. They don't all show pictures in the air, but many of them relate to the concepts. For example, the sign giraffe looks like the giraffe's long, tall neck. The sign respect is an arbitrary sign that does not look like anything like what it means, except it uses the R hand shape. And it comes from the head and goes toward another person, reinforcing the idea that respect is something we give to other people. So even though American Sign Language and English are completely different languages, many of the signs reinforce ideas about the concepts and help young children understand them. Signing can help with early literacy because the hands are connected directly to the brain. When we sign, we're stimulating the language centers of the brain and developing those neural connections that will help children learn more later in life. Young children also tend to be more visually attuned than adults are, so using sign language automatically captures their attention. These are just a few of the benefits of signing with young children to promote early literacy, but one of the most important ones is that signing itself is intrinsically motivating for kids. It facilitates a sense of play and engagement, and it gets them involved in what you're doing with them in learning language.